good friend of mine has asked me to come along today to this event that they're holding close to Shenzhen in Dongguan. So we're heading up there today to go and check out this little private event for drifting, and introducing the sponsors, introducing the cars and things like that as well. So being in Shenzhen, being a very driven towards electric cars and no petrol cars and no modified cars, this is actually a really cool event to go and see just out of Shenzhen to sort of get an idea of the car culture that is actually still here and still growing in Shenzhen and in China. Okay, so we've arrived at our event. We've got lots of these cars in here, and the mechanical centers behind us here. Also behind us here, we've got lots of cars parked outside as well. So all drift cars, all speed cars. So today's going to be a bit of a long day. We're going to do a bit of a setup this morning, go and set up tents and stuff like that, get everything ready. Everybody's going to be turning up, and then we're going to go through and look at some of the cars, some of the event, some of the maintenance on the cars, things like that as well. So it's really cool to look forward to seeing this whole car culture in China. So right now I'm standing on one of the drift tracks. So this track's actually quite small, but you can sort of get an idea of the space in here. Drifting doesn't need a lot of space unless you're getting out onto the big track and doing more of the tandem racing and stuff. But for today, it's more just a bit of an experience to get people in the car to understand what drifting's all about, give a bit of exposure, work for the sponsors and things like that as well. So really looking forward to today. It's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out. We've got our barbecue fired up behind us here. All the guys are out there doing some laps on the track, just getting a feel for the car. So really good experience day today. So I'd sort of take this time too to explain a little bit about car culture. And this is something I've really been curious about living in China for the past 8 years. I felt like there was no car culture, but then I started finding some of these little clubs, like this particular venue here has bikes, has go-karts, has these drift cars, lots of different things. There's about 3 different tracks here that they can come and use all throughout the week as well. So it's got me on a little mission to see if I can actually go and find more car culture all through China and uncover what car culture is in China. What do people see what do they feel when it comes to owning a car and doing this sort of thing in China as well. So it's something else I'm going to do more of. So yeah, stay tuned when I look more into that one as well. Alrighty, so as you can see, the drift event went really well, and it's got me really curious to see more about these events all through China. Now obviously I'm not still at the event, I had to leave quite late, so I thought I'd do that summary video a little bit afterwards, and I'm just charging my car behind me as well. So I've actually been following cars for quite some time in my life. I've had cars since I was about 15 or 16 years of age. So I'm very curious to sort of see more so about what's happening with the car culture in China. And I'm going to make a real serious effort to start going and looking and digging in to see what I can find throughout China when it comes to race events, collector clubs, electric cars like I own behind me, anything to do with their car culture and how it's shaping as part of that Chinese culture as well. So stay tuned as I try and dive deeper into that and see what I can find when it comes to that car culture. Now, if you are liking my content, please do subscribe and click that like below, because I do really need those followers so that I can make sure that I'm providing content that most of my followers like to see. So please drop some comments if there's things in particular that you want to know about, things about China, things about car culture, so I can then really focus on trying to get that and share that with you as well. but I am enjoying creating this content, and I hope you are too, and I look forward to seeing you in that next video.